Hey, what is up? The Allfather here, and we are live doing a live stream with the Random Troop War tournament here between Reddit Donuts and Reddit Coffee. There's already some action going, so we're going to jump right into it, catching King Packer on his attack here. The Random Troop War tournament is exactly what it sounds like. Oh, harsh, missed the Town Hall 1 star there. You take a look at that army composition. This is a random computer-generated war troop army composition. Everybody that is in this war is given 2 unique army compositions that are generated at random, and they have to do the best they can with it. And so we end up with some creative attacks and just kind of the luck of the draw, depending on if you get some good troops or not. And so we'll just kind of take a look at some of these and see where the score ends up after this. Here we have Town Hall 10 action. 11v5. Looks like he's going to get the 2-star at least. And we'll try to catch some of these attacks a little more live as they're going. But this is probably the peak time here. And war goes for another couple hours, I think. And so we should be able to see quite a few hits here getting into prime time. He's going to be real close. He needs that 1% for the 2-star more. Can those skellies get it? No, out of luck right there. And wow, so close. Heartbreaking 1-star attack there when he almost had it. Not bad on a Town Hall 10 when you don't have a choice of what troops you're going with. So checking up there, looks like we have a few people joined us already. Feel free to jump in with comments or whatever, but we're going to take a look at these. We might jump down and take a look at any 3-star attacks that have been made and just kind of see what hand people are getting dealt. Looks like the score is pretty even, 101, 101. As you can expect, it's going to be a heavy amount of 2-star onlys because a lot of people are running their anti-3-star war bases, so opportunities to get to town halls. And 50%. Here we have number 30 hitting down to 48. Hello there, Dante. And he's going in on Town Hall 8. Town Hall 9 hit down, so hopefully this will be successful. His army composition, you can see, he's able to get a queen walk in there. I'm not sure how he got lucky enough to draw 3 healers in his random army composition, but that's really helpful yeah, I do remember that you are a fan. But this is going to be great, the fact that he got lucky enough to get a queen walk, random, and also 2 golems. Now the rest of his kill squad means he doesn't have a whole lot there, so it'll be interesting to see what he brought in the clan castle, because he's very heavily reliant on his queen for this army composition. He's going to have to cut his funnel in here to go ahead and jump into the core of the base to get the town hall. But you can see he's not going to have a whole lot for cleanup troops and those kind of things, but the witch and the bowler combination is going to be critical. I think they're going to do a really good job here, get that golem out front, tanking for these witches and bowlers, and everything's going to go around the outside. All you have in the core is mortars, and now the healers have switched targets because the queen is at full health, and you can see that this is probably going to go pretty well. And it's not a gimme, it's no guarantee, even though it's a dip down from a 9 to an 8. It just depends on the army composition that you're given. And but I think with this composition, it's going to be looking pretty good. Also, one thing to note is there are no enemy clan castle troops. And so that was part of the deal. Obviously, it's hard enough just getting a random troop composition besides having to deal with clan castle troops and not really necessarily having a way to do it, because maybe you didn't get randomly selected to have a poison or something else that's kind of critical for taking out troops. So this is the way it is. He's got to walk around there. He's got 6 archers. He's going to be able to take out a lot of the peripheral buildings, the corner huts, those kind of things. So this is looking pretty good. His tanks are getting hung up on the wall now, so now he's going to have to rely on his BK and his P.E.K.K.A. to tank the rest of the way. I think he's going to be just fine and probably lost very minimal troops, if anything. Goes ahead and uses that pup, and the hounds take out the BK for him, so that's pretty handy. Hey there, Ray. Good to see you on the live stream here. I already did both of my attacks. We'll show them probably at some point here. Battery is pretty low, so I'm hoping it'll last at least close to the end of the war. Excuse me. But yeah, this is kind of what this is all about. It's just a little bit of fun, kind of light and easy, but you know, we're in it to win it a little bit, sort of. But here we go with the Town Hall 9 dip to the Town Hall 8. That's definitely going to be a 3-star. We won't need to watch that the rest of the way out. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one inbound on the other side. The Reddit Coffee team here going at it. And look at that, he drew a clone spell and some loons. That's going to be really handy. I don't think it's enough for a 3-star just because of the amount of air that's left over there. But definitely a good solid 2-star hit there, 58% there, got some loons left. But hopefully we'll catch some of these kind of at the beginning, and you'll see that the army compositions that people have to deal with, and they're definitely interesting. One of mine, my spell composition was 2 jumps, 3 poison spells. Keep in mind there's no enemy clan castle troops, so 3 poison spells is very handy in a situation like that. And a quake spell and a skelly spell, so not very useful. Now some people are getting almost like a regular go wipe composition handed to them, and that's coming in pretty handy for at least 2-star minimums. But you know, it just kind of is what it is. It's fun, it's something different, it's something you don't get to see every day. And so that's going to end up with a 2-star there. It's going to time out in about 30 seconds at about a 70%, so not too bad. Let's see what that does to the final score there. 102-102. It's still tied. Both sides went up 1. Coffee has several more attacks left in the bag than Donuts does. And see what's going on in the chat here. Healers and wall breakers. That's interesting. So the hey Tan, good to see you. Your attack, what number was that off top of your head? Do you know? I'm assuming, let's see, it's going to be on your side. You're the enemy side, at least from the clan I'm on, and you attacked. Tell me, you probably attacked me. Yeah, you did. Figures. All right, so let's go ahead. Well, actually, we have a live. We'll come back to that one. We got a live hit going in here. We'll take a look at that. We'll come back to Tanuki's hit on Awesome Sauce here. But here he's got a couple dragons, couple P.E.K.K.A.s, 1 golem, 1 hound, 1 bowler. So you can just see how awesome some of these compositions are. So he's trimming with his air troops on the outside, creating a funnel. He's got a single golem in there. That's going to go ahead and take that. He's going to drive into the queen in the town hall area there. 2 P.E.K.K.A.s. So that's a pretty good composition there. He's got 2 P.E.K.K.A.s and a golem and bowlers. That should be enough to get in, except for I don't see any... Oh, there's a spells are down at the bottom. You can see everything wraps. That's the other hard thing about this, is you have so many random troops that everything wraps around your screen, and so depending on the size of your device, it can be very difficult. But he rages into the town hall, double freeze there, because what else you can do with freeze at Town Hall 9, really? But goes ahead and heals in the course. So that's actually a pretty decent army composition there. He's got some air troops. He's got a hound to tank. And he's going to haste these loons in, but they're going to kind of go sideways. Looks like bowlers help to get that air defense on. This is going to be a pretty high-level 2-star probably. But who knows? These golems might come around and tank. If they can tank that 12 o'clock area, this could be really close to a 3-star. This is a max queen there, and a ton of tanks with golems and P.E.K.K.A.s, and so as long as she can stay alive, he's got both his hero abilities. I would peg this as a 3-star already. And so wow, nice draw there on that army composition. That was pretty, well, I guess it is lucky because we didn't really have a choice on them, but this is going to be nice as long as this queen, she'll hang back, beating on a wall here for a little while, let everything else get up there and tank. And swag poisons. So really nice. Number generator troops. It was some sort of computer algorithm. So I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember the name exactly off the top of my head, but it was just a computer-generated algorithm that goes and just generates, however many camp space, 220 or whatever for a Town Hall 9, 200 for a Town Hall 8, etc. And so this idea was kind of brought to us by Reddit Row, so definitely want to give them a shout-out and give them credit for that, for organizing that, putting it out, and the algorithm for the random troop war was kind of created by them. And so, hey, good to see you there, Ashiker. Don't know if I'm saying that right. It sounds a little bit dirty, but that's all right. All right, another one going in live. Tanuki, we're going to get to that attack against Awesome Sauce, but again, this is going to be prime time for attacks, so we want to catch as many as we can. A lot of the comps are getting 2 golems just because I think something about the algorithm allowed for, just so many of certain troops, but you're not getting a mass amount of any one troop. I mean, he's got 2 golems and 3 hounds, so that seems kind of wonky there. But I mean, what are you going to do with 3 hounds? He's going to have to probably have clan castle loons, and he's got 3 of his own loons. So he's going to be heavily reliant on the Lalo. Close enough. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone was calling you ass shaker in the clan chat the other day, so I just kind of went with it. Pretty much what it looks like. So definitely a cool IGN. So he's going to go ahead and jump in here. Bowlers are probably going to walk because there's nothing really out there, so that they'll trim this outside cannon and maybe do a little damage to that archer tower and probably get shot down pretty quick. Golems are in the core, but they're not really dealing with much. This looks like a 0.5 base with no expos that I can see. So here comes his 3 hounds in. He's freezing. I'm not sure why he's freezing the archer towers. It probably could have been helpful if he would have caught that air defense in that freeze spell, unless he was getting the queen. I didn't quite catch that. But needs to get loons in or something to help take out that air defense. I'm not sure how he's planning on using loons. Maybe trimming some of these backside defenses if he's got a haste spell. And again, I do see the comments. I'm trying to watch the screen and they flash really quick, but I think they repeat themselves, and so if I don't catch it right away, I am trying to keep an eye on both. Little T farm there right in the middle. It's going to go ahead and take out that last hound really quick, and here he's just going for some percentage to make sure of that 2-star with those loons. Nice job there. And looks like it's going to be probably a 50-some% 2-star attack. So pretty decent there with 3 hounds and 2 golems. Kill squad there. But yeah, that one's pretty much over. Should end up with a 2-star, I would guess. And that is going to take Coffee ahead by 2. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some Reddit Chaos Clan members going at each other on opposite sides. And let's see, he's got a BK going at the heroes on the bottom. Cutting a funnel with his baby dragon. Pops the king ability there, trying to get through all those hit points down there. And looks like he's got a couple of Valks in there. They're going to go ahead and aggro. They should aggro onto the queen, or they might walk. But the king's going to go ahead. Queen took enemy BK down, so that's not good. He's going to have to get creative here. But there's an exposed clan castle here, so 3 dragons. That's going to be helpful here. And I'm going to try to come down so I can see a little bit more of the map. Everything's kind of condensed on the bottom there. He's got a couple P.E.K.K.A.s in there. They're going to be working on those heavy hit point buildings backed up by the queen. Tries to go in and hog that bomb tower. Healing his P.E.K.K.A.s. He's just putting a lot into getting that 1-star right now. Almost all the spells are dropped. He's got another freeze spell, which at Town Hall 9 is pretty darn useless. And then what he's got left is some healers. He's going to do a P.E.K.K.A. walk now on the outside, try to nail some percentages. The P.E.K.K.A.'s going to walk around, trim some of those buildings. He's got those tier 1 troops to go ahead and take out some things, but encounters some troll Teslas in the corners by the builder huts. Take that. Hopefully you enjoyed those. But the air defenses are all on one side of the base, and so he's got a spot for his dragons to get in there and do some work. They've got to clear these archer towers, air skellies. He's going to have to freeze that sweeper that's fighting against those drags, and goes ahead and drops the skelly spell to kind of tank and distract the X-bow. But now it's just splash damage there, and those dragons are going to be able to get through that splash damage once they get the air sweeper down, and the P.E.K.K.A.'s still up, getting the percentage on the outside. Town Hall's already down. He's pretty much guaranteed the 2-star at this point. And nice job getting through all that. He's working through about 50% of the base here, over 50. Now he's going to encounter the air defenses. Everything's going to go down real quick. Healers are getting shot down. Dragons are going down, and it's going to be over pretty shortly. So nice job there, taking out my base. 36, hitting up 17 points for that 2-star. Oh, all the attacks are pretty unimpressive right now. It's hard. It's hard when you don't get to plan your bases out. So, ooh, this is an interesting looking base with a big bunch of buildings kind of on the opposite end there. Gets a stoned golem entry as a draw here too, though. Got some hogs and miners. That's going to be tricky. He's going to have to use them to probably shave some percentage, and he's got a bunch of heal spells to go at Inferno Towers. Perfect. Looks like he had a clone. I wonder if he cloned his bowler, or not his bowler, but his golem or something right away. I must have missed that. Or maybe it's down there. There he is, cloning bowlers, I think. So he's got that drop down there. And have a hard time beating through that wall, though, getting into the core. He doesn't have a jump spell or anything. Looks like a clone and 3 heals. And so what do, man? You got to get through that wall. He finally does. There's enough troops in there with the skellies and all that the heal spell is going to keep some of them alive. Let's see if he's got enough juice. I think his queen, with a full queen, max queen, he's going to be able to get the town hall pretty easily. So he's got the 2-star in the bag here. Not going to go much further than that. Those air defenses are going to start taking the dragons out. And the multi-inferno eventually here probably should take some of these things out. But nice attack there. And goblins. He got dealt a bunch of goblins too. Let's go. Take out that elixir storage. Wow, there we go. Another percentage. That's a nice high percentage 2-star attack there by Town Hall 10 with some random troopage. And his tanks are working their way, but they're going to be too far behind. Everything's going to start targeting the queen again. She's going to go down. And he'll probably get one more building here of defense. There we go. 82%. That's probably about where it's going to end. Really, really nice hit, though. Alright, going to the other side. Town Hall 8, another hit down. Middle-level Town Hall 9 hitting down on this. Looks like it's got some sort of queen walk, maybe 3 healers on that queen. Unfortunately, no rages to get those healers raged up, so he's going to have to deal with a couple heal spells, it looks like. He's tanking a little bit there with his golem. Pops the ability there. Got to keep the queen alive as long as possible. Get the witches here. Now, the witches are kind of going towards the splash damage, so that's not really great. P.E.K.K.A.s are going to start walking. They might keep walking because everything's getting cleared in their path, so they're going to start running around the base. And he's only got a few hogs. I probably would have saved those till a little later in the raid, maybe. Because that's going to be critical in a 3-star to try to finish it off. But it might work out still, but it'd been nice to save those maybe for like 2 of those outer defenses towards the end of the raid. But we'll see how it works out. Healers are now on the golem. That is probably one of the... I don't know, it's either going to be one of the best or the worst things that could have happened. They're staying away from the air defenses, though, so that's nice. If this witch can take out the archer tower on that 8 o'clock side there, a couple more shots and it's down, boom. Probably going to pull this out. High enough troops, get that last air defense down. So all the air defenses are down. There's still healers in the air. That's going to be a 3-star with the heal left in the bag. And another nice hit down there from Team Donuts. Ooh, we got someone going big, going after number 2. Let's see what we can catch here. Good luck hitting a Town Hall 11 with random troops, but we'll see. It's got the max heroes. Let's see what's in the clan castle and when it's going to come out, though. Here we go. I still got the warden ability left, but there's not many troops to use it on, so I'm not really sure he's going to try to save the queen with it. And get in there, rage and heal. If you use that heal spell, keep everything alive there. Boom, got it. 2-star, nice. Hey there, Genoa. Welcome to the stream. And happy birthday to Pen Pineapple. So there you go. He did it. He got the 2-star on a Town Hall 11 with a random army composition. Very nicely done. Alright, so that looks like it's about it for the live. So that brings, again, Coffee's still holding on to that 2-star lead for now. About a 5 attack differential. And we'll see, got some 3-stars falling here finally. I don't know if those are all dips or what the deal is. But all the Town Hall 8s are handled. We are up to the Town Hall 9s. Again, not too concerned with dips and whatnot, but, I mean, there's some strategy. People are trying to win, so that's nice. Give me the attack number on Aurora. And which side, because there's a lot of... I can look it through here, too, I suppose. KCV, this one, assuming you're what you're talking about. All right, so here again we have another, looks like 11v11 action. Got 2 hounds and a bunch of loons. That's pretty handy. And he's going to go ahead and probably get some percentage, at least right here, and start carving out a good chunk of the base. See what spells he's got. Lightning, Rage, Freeze, Jump. So that's not a terrible combination. He's able to go in there and get 1 Tesla right away. Now he's going to be fighting the Air Sweeper. These loons are probably going to go down pretty quick. And they're going to kind of have done their job. So he carved out a corner of the base here. That's going to at least kind of create a partial funnel for his kill squad. Let's see what he can do with the rest of it. Comes up here on the top side, trimming with a P.E.K.K.A. and a Wizard. And so now it looks like he's going to come in right from that northeast spot there and drive everything into the heroes. That hero aggro is going to pull them in towards the town hall at least. And he's got bowlers and a few Valks. And he's got a nice runway to the town hall. So now he's just going to be spell vomiting on his break to the town hall. Uses that warden ability right there. And he's going to try to get everything with his kill squad right here. Hopefully they kind of stay in the middle there. Bowlers are going to go ahead and take down the town hall along with the warden zapping. And there he's got 1 star 47%. And he's still got several troops left to go ahead and trim the outside. He's going to snipe with some hogs here on the back side. Go ahead and take down that archer tower. And he's got 4 giants left and some air troops. So he goes ahead and tanks that outside Tesla with the dragon and comes back in with the hogs. Thanks for joining Clash Creator. Appreciate the sub. Welcome to the stream. And his baby's trimming the outside. So basically he left that heavy part down there with the T-Farm and the Wiz Towers, and that's fine. He's not going to get 3 anyway with a random army composition, most likely on a 11v11. So, I mean, that's an effective usage of troops there. I mean, he had 1 wall breaker. I mean, that's the kind of thing you get. You get 1 wall breaker. What are you going to do with 1 wall breaker? Unless you can trip an outside Tesla or bomb or something with it, it's pretty useless. But you're going to get some of that. He's going to save his lightning spell for possibly a low hit point building here, something that gets down. Maybe that Expo if the dragon doesn't quite get it, which I think it will. And then maybe he can lightning a small building or something, get some extra percentage. If not, double that up with the Quake and take it out. There we go. So we might use it over here on this Lick storage. 76% 2-star on Tunnel 11 already, though. There he goes. He's going to lightning, takes out the army camp. Boom. Almost the spell factory. Quakes the spell factory. Should go down. Nope, not quite. And 2 poison spells to swag because they're pretty useless other than using them on the heroes. But that was pretty good. (11v11) 2-star of the war. Okay. Yeah, that's impressive. 11v11. I mean, Town Hall 11's tough enough as it is, I think, but to do it with some of these compositions, it's pretty impressive. But sometimes, you know, when you're just aiming for the 2-star and not going all gung-ho, sometimes it's easier to be a little smarter about your troop deployment and a little more tactical. So, but here again, we got another dip. So getting towards the end of the war, we're seeing a lot of these dips. He's got air troops going in with all those air defenses in the middle. So got a freeze spell there, air skellies. That's going to be trouble. He's going to have a hard time getting all these air defenses down. So he had kind of a bad makeup of half air, half ground that wasn't really helpful. And short of getting the kill squad in there and taking out all the air defenses, which they kind of did right there, now you could be using some of those air troops to back in some of this stuff. But it is difficult, but that's the fun of it. Might get enough tanking here. I don't know if he's got enough cleanup power or not here, but if this queen lives, he's got a golem kind of coming down the backside tanking, so he's got a good shot at 3 in this. He's got to get some other troops in there pretty quick and maybe start cleaning up so the queen can go around while that golem's still alive. Definitely try to get that in there. Maybe get see golem's down. He's got golemites now, and it's definitely probably time to start trimming and getting those barbs and archers at least on the top side to get the queen around quicker. But she will get up to full health here, so it'll be Queen and P.E.K.K.A. on cannon here for the 3-star. And a minute left to do it. There's a few buildings left. It's not impossible, but there's quite a bit of hit points there to get through in under a minute. So Really would have liked to see some of those tier 1 troops in there to trim those outer buildings a little quicker. Yeah, it is. It's definitely fun, Jameson. It's something different. It's not the pressure of a regular full war, and you know, you get to play around with some troops and compositions that you would never dare use any other time. So kind of interesting. Get those giants in there, wall breaker in, and use the barb and archer to clear that. Oh, he's just gonna swag him. He's got enough. So there you go. There's another successful dip there from the coffee team. That's probably going to put them up, maybe up to 3-star advantage. Nope, still sitting at 2. Maybe that last star hasn't tripped up there yet. So there we go. We got an hour and a half left. Pretty sure my battery does not have an hour and a half left, but we'll see how far we can get. I was kind of hoping that a majority of the attacks would be in probably before the end of the war, and it kind of looks like that's going to be the case. There might be some high-end tactical, you know, Town Hall 11, Town Hall 10 hits that are going to wait till the end if they're going for the win. But pretty much is just kind of a fun thing to do. And again, appreciate the RCS and Reddit Row for kind of taking the lead on putting this together. So we'll go ahead and see what else we've got going on here. Maybe take a look at some, see if we can find some good hits. That would be a dip there, 9 hitting down to 33. You know, we had a couple early 3-stars that were kind of peer hits right off the bat, so I'm kind of looking for some of those if I can find them. It's probably not going to be up in the Town Hall 10 range. Might kind of be right in here. 42 to 37. That sounds like a peer hit. So let's take a look at this. We'll pause it quick. Take a look at the army composition that you got to work with. Double poison. You know, can use that on skellies and heroes, I guess. A jump, a freeze, a rage, and a heal. So that's actually a pretty good composition there to get dealt. And he's got basically kind of a small go wee wipe type thing in there with a healer. And so if he brings some CC bowlers or something, might be able to wipe this. But let's go ahead and see what he does here. He's got a shattered golem. Uses the healer on the golem. That's an interesting thing. He's got goes ahead and drops a dragon in there to start kind of trimming and helping with the funnel while all those anti-air defenses are tanked by the golem. And it's going to help take out that whole quadrant there. Nice wide spread on the golems. He's got just a couple wizards and archers to create the funnel. CC bowlers and be able to jump in and get that low-level expo. And then he's just got to figure out to deal with the queen. King's in there. He's got her poisoned. King's going to go ahead and bust through that. And didn't even need to use the ability just yet. Sniping the loons on the backside. And all that's really left is about a Tesla and a couple of mortars. And a few other point defenses, so... Nice little army composition there that he got. Hasn't even used the abilities yet. Going to go ahead and pop that right now to help the BK break through the wall. Take out that mortar, kind of team up with the rest of the kill squad. Queen still has her ability, so she's going to kind of go join up with everything else. And targets the archer tower. How convenient that the queen actually targets what she's supposed to for once. And that cannon is being distracted. So everything went really well there. Nice attack by Don't Attack Me. All right, we got another live one here. Heavy air attack here. Lots of dragons and hounds and loons. It's got some anti-air skellies there. Haste into that first, or actually second air defense. Looks like his kill squad took care of one. He's got some freeze and some rage. Let's see how he plans on getting into that town hall area there. That queen might get targeted by the expo here pretty soon. Nope. She's going to be clear because that expo's locked onto the golem that's being healed up. He's got that other air defense drop, so he's going to be able to trim a lot of buildings on that side, but he's got quite a chunk left there on that 9 to 10 o'clock area. So it'll be interesting to see if he's got enough to get through this base. Couple barbs for some builder huts and a minion for cleanup. And he's got the minion cleaning up as well as an archer there. He's got his barbs held back for a corner hut, hopefully. And now we need a golem to break through the wall here for Team Donuts. We need that golem to get through. The queen looks like she's going to get through first. And hits a double giant bomb. She's got her ability left. Hopefully this cloak will allow everything to switch onto the golem. So what we really need is we need the BK to track to the golem. He did. Queen is safe. She's being healed back up. Healers finally go down. And if you can get this archer tower here, then all the queen has to do is turn around and snipe that cannon, which she does, and it's going to be a 3-star. Nice job, Cloud. So there you see, it can happen. It's kind of random luck of the draw. Sometimes you get a good composition, sometimes you don't, and you have to make the best of it. So 8 seconds left. Oh, he timed out. Didn't check that time. It's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's probably 96.7%. Oh, dang, that sucks. That one was so close and so well done to not get the 3-star. That one's going to hurt. And Tanuki is just celebrating that one, I can tell. I think that's who that attack was against. Yep, sure was. Man, you lucked out, dude. So that could have pulled it within 1 star for Team Donuts, but the time and 3% killed it. Alright, so nothing else live here. 1 hour and 17 to go. Let's see how many attacks we have left and see if it says what the breakdowns are and kind of see who maybe is going. 78 versus 73, so Coffee's up 2 and has a lot more attacks to use. Let's see what levels they're sitting at. Got a couple high levels, probably 11s there, a few 10s. That's a 10. And then we're down to a couple 9s, so you're going to need either some nukes or some dips or some Town Hall 9 versus 9 3-stars there to get back into that. Donuts has people going out and getting troops. The one downside to this is doing this in a level 1 clan is getting max troops, so some people, to give themselves the best advantage, are going out and getting max troops for CCs and stuff, so they'll be back, I'm sure. So both teams look kind of in a similar boat as far as how many attacks left and who they have, so it's really just going to come down to a little bit of luck and whatever skill can be mustered with those army compositions. Alright, so we have another live attack here. Team Coffee, Donuts defending. We got bowlers coming in, dealing with a T-farm, as well as a really nice T-farms, just roasting the bowlers, roasting the loons. Does get the Town Hall down for a 2-star, so that's going to be helpful unless this base was already 2-starred. But otherwise, everything else is going to be going down pretty quick here. Too many defenses left, even probably for a level 35 queen to clear the rest of the base. But you can see he came in from that far side away from the Town Hall, thinking maybe there was a lot of traps and stuff back there. Didn't really see that base, but there was still a T-farm right behind the Town Hall on the southeast side of the base there, and that looks like it did a lot of damage. So this dragon should be able to come around and clear a couple more defenses at least. He's trying to loosen up that T-farm with the Quake. And Queen needs to get through the wall here. This Golem needs to get out in front and start tanking very quickly. He doesn't have the ability left, and so if that T-farm latches onto the Queen... oh, he's got a Skelly spell to distract too. Might actually pull this off. Yep, got that Tesla, which means the Golem's going to walk around and tank the final defense, and he's got it. So another solid 3-star attack by Team Coffee. So let's see how this ends up, and let's see if he's going to swag that poison just to rub it in, because that's what's the right way to play this game. So there you go, another 3-star for Team Coffee. Really nice attack there by Kofi. So the league grows. What's gonna happen here? Donuts need somebody to fire back. look at the war map and see what's even available, if there's anything that's still 1-starred. I'd like to think not at this point. Looks like that might be a Town Hall 8 still available on our side, on the Donuts side. Alright, Donuts on the attack, on the offensive here. See what they're able to bring. Looks like going to be going for a 2-star here with an exposed Town Hall on the 3 o'clock side there. Trimming a funnel here. Looks like they're probably going to try to go right at the Queen compartment. No jump spell, just a Lightning, a Heal, and a Rage. And 3 wall breakers, so if you can get that tanked, he'll have enough to get the wall breakers in there. Only tank really is a P.E.K.K.A, it looks like, and some Giants. So he's going to need to be able to cut this funnel if he's going after the Town Hall. Uses a Witch there. He's going to try to get those Skellies to trim another building there. Really slow developing. We're already 40 seconds in. It's definitely just a 2-star effort, I think. Probably going to pop the kill squad in there and then send everything followed by the heroes and a healer, would be my guess. We see the bowlers and the healer come in since there's no air defenses on that side. That would be the right thing to do, I would think. Can't heal hounds and dragons. So many troops, though, it's hard to remember what you got. And so let's see. It almost feels like may have forgotten about the healer. He's got the Town Hall down. Is he going to get the percentage, though? Dropping that poison down. 40% we're up to. We've got a drag loon. Also, I'm going to have to find a spot where they're going to stay away from the air defenses as long as possible. And the hound. The hound hopefully will take... Yep, the hound is soaking up a little bit of tanking for that Tesla to keep the Queen alive. She's going to turn and pop the Tesla out now. Hound is going to bust here pretty soon as he approaches. There we go. It's got 46% or so in the bag and a drag loon to finish it off. I think he'll be able to get the 2-star, but that healer's still there. You want to see all of ours. Yeah, we'll take a look at those. I haven't seen Will's yet from Reddit Chaos, so that would be our clan. So just watching this attack, it's kind of a shame. He's going to pick up the 2-star, but I think dropping that healer behind the kill squad could have done a lot of damage because all the air defenses were on the back side of the base, so he would have been able to get through 50% of it. Might have hit that Seeking Air Mine that was in the core at some point, but now we're healing air troops. So... yeah, that's just kind of how it goes, though. You see how it wraps around the screen. That's how much you have to look at. And if you're trying to attack on a phone or something instead of a tablet or something with a larger screen, good luck. As that everything wraps around the bottom and is very difficult to see. So, all right. Wants to take a look at some of our home clan's attacks. Reddit Chaos. So we have a couple attacks. Sooners 2-star 55%. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. Exposed Town Hall, so he's going to be able to get a pretty easy Town Hall here. He's got a couple witches. And it is tricky. You know, you see some people missing some things that maybe they don't miss in a regular war or whatever, just because it's just not what you're used to. The flow of the troop drops is so weird, and it's not, you know, when you do a certain style of attack, whether you're a ground attacker or an air attacker, you start to get used to things and when to drop things, and you develop your own style. There's no style in this. It's just kind of react and hope things go the way you wanted there. But see, he gets the nice clone spell there with his bowlers, uses it right at the right time, and is able to trim a few more buildings there. And he's got the witch going around the outside, and all he's got left for percentage is a couple loons, but there's a trolled Tesla out there. I wonder if he catches that with his loons. He's got 4 loons here, didn't use them. Wonder what happened there. Didn't use 4 loons at the end of the attack, timed out, maybe didn't catch the time of the attack. Had a Tesla over in the corner, could have easily gotten some percentage there, at least one more building. But 2-star in Town Hall 10 with his random troop composition, very nice. All right, let's take a look at the other one here. Yeah, if you get dealt something like a clone spell with your loons, man, that's pretty good stuff. Either cloning bowlers for a ground or cloning loons. If you know, most people aren't using clones in wars, and so for people who aren't used to that or whatever, if you got something where you got a little bit of a heavy composition of loons or bowlers or something, that clone spell actually came in kind of handy. But this is Sooners' other attack here. Again, anti 3-star bases, so he's kind of able to get in. I actually liked this one. I think I might have seen this one live here. I was a little worried about this funnel at the beginning because he needed to cut that left side, that 9 o'clock side of the funnel. I was worried the queen here might walk up clockwise and start targeting that dark barracks right now, but she actually, I think, turns and goes into the base right after this. If she'd have walked the other way, it would have been a lot of trouble. So when I was watching that live, I was like, oh my goodness. But ended up working out here, and he's using his BK walks, a few skellies walk, but he gets his bowlers for the most part and his confused wizards. The wizards are running back and forth, but eventually they break through that wall. He uses that clone again on the bowlers and gets a few extra bowlers capacity there with a level 1 clone spell, I think. So probably wishing he had a little higher clone spell for this thing now in retrospect, but goes in, he's popped that, he's got 47%. Wiz goes ahead and takes out for 50%, and he's pretty much out of troops here. Able to trim one more building for a little bit of percent, another 55% 2-star on a Town Hall 10. Got Trundle in from Team Donuts against Team Coffee. Let's see what he's got. Looks like he had a jump spell. If you didn't get a jump spell, it was kind of hard because if you didn't get a jump or a quake, how are you getting deep into a base if the Town Hall isn't sitting outside? So that was one of the tougher things to deal with. And I don't know what he's got going on here. He's got a hound and a single hound and a loon left. See how much work that can do. He's got a bunch of air traps there that are targeting them. Goes ahead and hastes that loon, and hopefully that loon will get an archer tower and the cannon at least. But we got at least three troll Teslas in the corners, and everything is kind of getting hung up in the middle, and so it's been a bog out here. And that's only going to be the 2-star there for Trundle. Let's go ahead and check in on this one. This might be an 8v8. Nope, it's a 9v8 hit down. So they're dipping. Coffee going to go and try to pick up another star here. He's got, what does he got? He's got a golem, a couple of Valks and a witch, and we'll probably maybe bowlers in the clan castle. So that's not terrible. He's coming in on the backside opposite of his queen walk, so his spells are, so that's the thing, he's got 2 quakes, which isn't enough to actually break open a wall. No, 1 wall breaker, which maybe if it hits the right wall might help, but yep, there we go. So the wall breaker's able to take the outside wall at least, but not the inner one because only the 2 quakes. And now his drag is probably going to start getting targeted by the air defense. That's going to be kind of a bad deal here. But he's got, things like a single lightning spell. Things that you never see in the game anymore. So you've got things that are definitely not meta that you have to deal with. But he's got low-level defenses in the backside. His queen's going to do a lot of work for him. So if he can get enough out of this kill squad, which I think he easily will. Oh, he's got a ton of P.E.K.K.A.s. P.E.K.K.A.s are just going to walk around the outside and blow this base up because there is nothing in the inside. All the point defenses are outside. And he's going to be able to take this out very easily, I think. So boom, we got no protection in the core at all. He's got the anti 3-star with the clan castle in there, and the air defense is protected. And so this queen and bowlers, oh, they're going to hit a double giant bomb. That might take out the bowlers. Bowlers are dead, but the P.E.K.K.A.s are still going. Queen is at full health, still has all the healers on him. He's got a rage spell there. A minute left, and this is not going to be a problem. I'm going to go ahead and use that lightning to loosen up those defenses a little bit. And yeah, that one's over. So successful hit down again, and building the lead. 5 stars going to be a 6-star lead for Reddit Coffee after this one. Alright, we'll switch over to one of another Reddit Chaos guy here. Will. Go ahead and take a look at the highest percentage one first, in case we don't have time to get to everything. He's got 3 hounds here and no, unless he requested loons, he's got 3 hounds and no other air troops other than some drags. So I'm wondering if he went with some CC loons or not. He's actually using his goblin there to kind of funnel and break down some of those resource buildings on the outside while his golem tanks 2-point defenses. Queen's going to kind of work on the other side of the funnel here. I'm not sure where he's going at unless this is just for percentage, or if he's actually trying to kind of do a naked walk here into taking out at least one air defense. He's not bringing his king in for the walk, so king might come in over here to tank these point defenses on this side. So just doing a very patient walk, hoping the queen will turn, take out the air defense, and kind of push her way up to the north. So these slow playing these tank troops to stay in front of his queen while she works her way around the base, and eventually will hopefully make her way over to that second air defense, or at least get close enough to get a few shots off on it. Not sure where the king's going to come into play on this or not. Why he isn't using him as a tank just yet, but that might be probably a king versus queen kill squad that he needs to do, because he's got to take that queen out to take care of the backside of his Lalo attack. So here we go, Suicide BK. Aggro's onto the queen, hits the ability, takes her out. And so really nice approach as far as shaping the beginning part of this attack. He's got 2 air defenses with the queen walk on the top side. Suicide BK takes out the queen and almost the king, which isn't going to be a big deal. And he does go with the CC loons, really smart there. So now if he can just get his loons to path correctly over to the air defense, which they do. But now they got to go all the way across the base. They're going to hit it. They're fighting a sweeper. The hound is going to leave him, so he loses the tanking ability soon, and he's going to hit all of the air traps and the T-farm along the way. So does use the haste spell, gets that over. And as long as he can clear this mortar and a few other buildings, his witch, and that's about it. His witch, and he's kind of holding on to a lightning spell in case he can need that to hit the town hall or need that to hit another building. But he's got all the heals there, tries to lightning that last air defense. So really tactical, nice job there. Just, I mean, really close. Just unfortunate that he kind of had to end on an air X bow and air defense 2 wizard towers and no hound. But you can see just a huge amount of percentage points on that attack. Alright, we got more live here. Twist going in on 38. Looks like a hit down. 22 to 38. Josh boy, how you doing? Glad you're on the stream today. Hey, Billy. Alright, this one's almost over. Twist against 38. This was looks like a Town Hall 8 hit down on a ring base. And is not able to pull it off. 85% 2-star with some high-level heroes. So must have gotten dealt a pretty crappy army composition. I think we had another one that was going live that was in progress on the other side. Let's see if we can catch that. It's another big time dip, 6 down to 30. People are trying to pick up the stars wherever they can given the army composition, and taking advantage of any base flaws that they can with their army composition. Here all he's got is a queen walk left, it looks like, and level 40 queen with a couple healers left on her. 38 seconds to go and several defenses. If he'd have waited a little bit longer on that loon stayed alive, but now that loon, as soon as this whiz tower, that loon's going to head on up and get taken down by the air defenses up there. So he's got enough with his queen if he can not time out. Needed that archer tower to aggro onto his queen before those troops are dropped, but I think he's going to be fine here. It's going to be close, but 4, 3, 2... Got it with 3 or 2 seconds left, so nice job there. Another 3-star by Coffee. That's going to expand the lead. Starting to pull away with it. Let's see what Donuts can do at an 8-star deficit now. All right, so Donut's down by 8 and gets dealt a handful of goblins, it looks like. Looks like he must have attacked from the north west side of the base and is trying to trim some percentage on the backside. He's going to salvage a 1-star with that barbarian and some of those tier 1 troops on the backside, but did not get the town hall, and 1-stars are not going to win a war. We got somebody going at the #1 Town Hall 11 base. Let's see what they're going to bring here. Most of the Town Hall 11s are anti-2-star bases, and so that's just going to make it that much trickier. He's coming in on the bottom here. Really, his only hope is to try to get in and try to take that eagle out as quick as possible, because you can see the eagle is already launched, and doesn't have many troops left at all. I'm not even sure where the rest of the troops started at, but maybe everything's just all in there all at once. And he got dealt, looks like a couple heal spells, a haste, a poison, and some quake to deal with. So that one's going to go downhill in a hurry. And Queen, this is a big time hit up, actually. This is 45v1. Not sure that made a whole lot of sense. But hey, whatever. Maybe it's more of a scout. Alright, so we don't have any live action going here. Let's go ahead and pop into my first attack here with the accounts that I'm using in this war. And we got dealt a couple golems, a couple hounds, which isn't terrible, but no loons, and so requested loons to try to help with the hounds. And we've got an exposed town hall, exposed heroes, and ground expos. And so basically the idea here was just to get that town hall taken care of right away, and the heroes out of the way, and then get the percentage with the air portion of the attack as quick as possible. So tier 1 troops are trimming on the outside, starting the funneling and just getting the percentage. Get that out of the way right away. Dragon on the top side is going to go ahead and help create the funnel, as well as hopefully aggro onto the queen here when she starts shooting him. She hops the wall and then goes back. But some witches and a healer, that helped quite a bit. Went ahead and dropped that rage as well as a skelly spell to handle the enemy heroes. And goal here to try to take out some air defenses, but we didn't get any, so that kind of sucked. But hasting those balloons in, getting the 1 air defense, and dropping that heal spell to try to get the loons a little more action. Freezing that last air defense, and loons did quite a bit of work, if you see. They got quite a bit done. That was kind of nice. Got the town hall. Loons went down that kind of that strip on the bottom side there, which takes all the defenses out and opens it up for these other troops to go ahead and kind of finish it off by getting a little bit of percentage. And so we can get back out of that one. Check the live action, see if anything's going on just yet. Got another inbound. That was a scout, because now we have #1 going at that same base. So they wanted to see something. They asked somebody to scout. P.E.K.K.A. Parade. It's able to quake in to the core. Now the question is, P.E.K.K.A.'s like the closest building. Are they going to aggro onto things, or are they going to walk around the ring? That's the $1,000,000 question with this. He's got a nice funnel created. And looks like his warden, I don't know anything about wardens, but it looks like his warden was on air, but maybe that's a ground warden. P.E.K.K.A.'s in there on the town hall. Max P.E.K.K.A. going against him. Multiferno. We should get that town hall. One more swipe. Boom. Dropped the Skelly just in case he had that in reserve. And but I think he's kind of out of troops for the most part here. So this is going to probably end pretty quickly as a 1-star attack, which is still not terrible with the Mega P.E.K.K.A. attack that he had to put on there. He's got a mini left, but wherever he drops it, that eagle's going to latch onto it, so it's probably not going to be able to get anything down. The one thing with Town Hall 11 is if you have troops that are going to trim for percentage, you need to get them in right away at the beginning of the attack, and not at the end, because if the eagle's still up at the end, it's going to get hammered. Look at another Aurora attack. This was at a good one the first time. Let's see what we've got this time. Big time double box ring base on a Town Hall 10. That Town Hall is deep. But this is going to be a Town Hall 11 hitting down on it. So as long as he can get an adequate funnel created, still got 2 rings to go through. That's going to be tricky. A lot of times you might try to go air on something like this, or go a troop composition that's going to run around both rings and then get the Town Hall last. He's not going to have that luxury here. He's got to try to drive everything to the core. Everything's going to start walking. He's got the jump spell down. It's just hard. You see those single Furnos. What you'd like to do with single Furnos is do some sort of mass attack and just overwhelm them. And just can't do that with this army composition. Now his heroes are going against single Furnos, and that's going to be a really bad deal. Hopefully he can get it down before the Warden dies. Warden goes down. Healers and Queen are still up. She might be able to step up and get that Town Hall. I think he'll be all right there. And that should be enough to get the 2-star at least. He's got dragons and several other troops, so he's not going to be an issue with percentage. He just needs his Queen to get that Town Hall, and that's going to be enough to at least get the 2. So nice job there. Secures the 2-star. He's got a few other troops. Don't think it's going to be a 3. I think there's just too much left. And that Queen eventually is going to run into that single Furno. I just don't see her getting through that and the BK and everything else that's down there once it starts targeting her. But stranger things have happened. Yep, she goes down. Everything else down. That's going to be a nice high percentage 2-star attack, though. We are down to 15% battery life. I'm going to drag onto this as long as I can. There's probably another couple minutes left, but that is not going to hang on for the whole time that's remaining. But as you can see, a majority of the attacks are in. We're in the 80s on the attacks. Reddit Coffee has taken a huge lead now. They're up 7 points here. We've got people going after already 2-starred bases. There's a single-star base with the number 1 hitting down, trying to get the 2-star on that Town Hall 10. Meanwhile, Coffee's working on some dips, it looks like, trying to pick up some 3-stars to expand on their lead. And the war map on the Reddit Coffee side looks pretty solid. Looks like they've got some 3s sprinkled in there, and I think they've got everything 2-starred, except for that top Town Hall 11 base. And so that's a pretty good work there for the kind of army compositions that they're having to use. And we've got 1 in here. Didn't get it, or did get it. So again, there's another one, brings that back up to 7 stars again on the lead with a hit down 3-star attack. And on the flip side, there's still several 1-stars on the Reddit Donut side of the map still. Not a ton of them, but going to be tough to overcome a 7-star deficit. Let's see, we've got another, looks like a hit down here. 32 to 43. Is this a Town Hall 8? Nope. This is a 8.5. Coming in with a little bit of a naked hero walk here. And he's got some air troops. Let's see where he puts this golem. And I'm surprised the golem's not tanking here for the heroes yet. Maybe he's got another purpose for those. 3 lightning spells. He's going to be able to take out at least 1 air defense that way. There's the golem. And the heroes should be able to take out 2. He's probably hoping maybe he can get lucky and get 3. But I see 2 for sure going down probably. Bowlers here would have been nice to get in that opening squad, but maybe he's hoping that they'll bounce and get the air defense. See, they're not going to target the air defense long enough, though. But look at that. He's got 3 air defenses with his kill squad. He could even pick up a 4th one here, except for he's already used his Queen's ability, so I'm not sure if she'll make it that far. But those witches in the skellies are distracting. She is going to go ahead and target the 4th air defense. 4 air defenses with a kill squad on a random thing. Now he's got 3 lightning spells that he probably counted on one of them taking out an air defense that he doesn't even have to use. Now he can take out some other air targeting things like the archer towers. And so now all he's got to do is deal with the Queen and a T-farm. We'll see how he does that. Might have been nice to see 3 lightning spells dropped on a T-farm to see if that would have taken those out. So it's going to be interesting. This golem's going to work around and start tanking for those backside defenses. And this is going to be an interesting one. This is, again, this is coffee on the attacking, on the offensive side here. And they've put up a bunch of solid 3-star attacks and solid 2-star attacks to this point. So, got a hound tanking up front there. Hopefully those dragons are going to make their way over there in time. 2 hounds is plenty of tank. I think this is going to be good. It's just going to be a matter of time. 50 seconds left, and still got that gold storage there. Looks like the minion's working on that. The minion's probably then going to turn around and target that BK and get distracted on him. And so the question remains, there we go, a popped hound. That could be the key to the attack there with those pups trying to get the cleanup. If he can get another hound pop, that would be ideal, but I don't think he's going to need it. And the last defense is going down here. Minions and pups are going to come finish off, and now it's just cleanup. I don't see anything outside the map as far as anything that's going to bite them. And so that's going to be a 3-star with just a few seconds to go. Nice job again on the coffee side, Dark Shadow. 8-point lead, 47 minutes to go, or 8-star lead, 47 minutes to go. It's not looking great for the Reddit Donuts side. I think I am about out of battery space here, but just wanted to kind of jump on and run these streams live and just show you this neat event here. Again, hosted by the Reddit clan system and organized by Reddit Row. And shout out to those guys as well as Casey for helping to put this all together. I believe there are other streamers that will take this to the end of the war, and so I would encourage you to check that out. But I'm going to try to go find an outlet to plug into, I guess, because at 15%, I don't want to drag it down to nothing or it won't come back on. So appreciate you, those who joined in throughout the live stream and the broadcast. Again, this is the Allfather from Clan Reddit Chaos. And I can't show that information because I'm not actually in my home clan right now, but appreciate you watching, and hope you enjoyed some of the unique attacks and army compositions and skill levels of attackers using these random troop army compositions.